Hey everyone, this is Alex. I am one of the faith formation leaders this summer with Luther Crest, and today I wanted to make a little video on budgeting. Now, throughout this week, I'm going to be making several videos on budgets and on different kinds of budgets and why they're important. But today, I just wanted to go over a little bit of budgeting 101, why it's important. Now, I'm going to be going over a few different reasons why budgeting is so important and why it's important even if you're a young student or a high schooler as well. Now, the first reason that budgeting is so important is that you have money now. Now, when you are on a budget, you aren't going out and spending all the money that you make at once. You're taking a part of what you make and setting it aside and putting it into savings so that it's there in the case of emergencies, and then you have the other portion that you can go and freely spend on whether you want to just buy something right away or if you want to save that money as well and use it in the future when you have even more. Second reason that budgeting is so important is that it kind of creates responsibility. You are now responsible for your money. You want to be responsible enough that you won't go out and spend everything. It's responsible to set aside part of what you make an allowance or a job and putting that into savings while keeping a portion for yourself that you can spend on more fun things. So it just creates that sense of responsibility, and your parents are just trusting that you'll be responsible with your money. If you're not responsible with your money, you may come across situations in which you need money to buy something, but you won't have it. A couple examples might be you need to buy a birthday present for mom or dad. If you don't have any money, you're not going to be able to get them anything. Or if you're a high school student and you're in a dual credit class in which you can take a college course as a high schooler and you need to buy a textbook. It's not going to be good when you don't have money in order to buy that textbook. And so you need to have that sense of responsibility when it comes to money. And the third reason why budgeting is so important is that it creates patience. When you have to start saving money and you're only allowed so much to spend, you're not going to be able to buy everything that you want right away. You're going to have to start saving up for it. And so when you have to start saving for it, you have to be patient with yourself and to wait in order to get that item that you want. And because budgeting creates patience, I think it in turn makes you value what you buy even more, because you took that patience, you took that responsibility to save your money in order to buy that item and waited longer than maybe what was necessary. Now let's recap the three reasons why budgeting is so important. 1, you now have money. 2, it creates responsibility. And 3, it creates patience. Now that I went over why budgeting is important, I'm going to briefly go over the 3 different accounts that I believe all young kids and or high school kids should have. The first is your savings account. The second is money that you're able to spend. And 3 is a college fund. Because as the old saying goes, it's never too early to start saving money for college. Now, deciding how to split your money into these different accounts can be kind of tricky, and there's no right or wrong way to split up your money. Say you have an allowance of $5 a week. You want to usually try and save money more than what you spend. And so, say you have this $5, I have $1 and then $4 in quarters. You take $3 and put it into your savings. And then you have that $2 that you can spend on whatever it is that you want. And so you're left with $2. And so you can either choose to spend that $2 right away, or you can save up every week. Because next week, if you did the same thing, you save $3 and then keep $2 to spend, you then have $4. And so where the college savings account comes into play is that can be the place where your change will go. And so say you bought something for $3.50. You take your $4, you buy that item, and you have 50 cents left over. That 50 cents in change then goes into your college fund. And so this usually works best if you just pay with everything in money instead of a debit card. That's what I usually try to do, is try to use cash in order to save up even more money in a different savings account. And so over time, you just keep saving up even more money with every purchase for your college fund. Now, that doesn't make it an excuse to just go out and spend all your spending money right away in order to put that change into a college fund. You should still try to aim for saving money so that you can eventually make big purchases that you may want in the future. So just over time, that can add up. 1 week you may be able to buy a pop figure. Keep saving up money and you may be able to buy a study Bible, and keep saving up, might be able to get an illustrated book. Or you can be like me and just try to save that money in order to have the big bucks. And so I hope this is a good introduction into why budgeting is important and a little bit of how you can start budgeting. Thank you for joining me in this video, and I hope to see you in future videos on budgeting.